Lancet. It is the medical journal. Its editor, in its June issue, says much of the scientific literature, perhaps half, may simply be untrue, afflicted by studies with small sample sizes, tiny effects, invalid exploratory analysis, and flagrant conflicts of interest, together with an obsession for pursuing fashionable trends of dubious importance. Science has taken a turn towards darkness. I'm sure he's not talking about science as a whole, as about some of the scientists. And where does this arise is my question. Not only him, Dr. Marcia Angel, another longtime editor-in-chief of New England Medical Journal, had something similar to say. And she said, it is simply no longer possible to believe much of the clinical research that is published or to rely on the judgment of trusted physicians or authoritative medical guidelines. She painfully says, I take no pleasure in this conclusion, which I reached slowly and reluctantly over my 2 decades as an editor of the New England Journal of Medicine. What am I trying to say? And not trying to belittle anybody, but I'm trying to draw the attention of people on this side as well as that side, that can we begin the pursuit of perfect knowledge for the benefit of mankind by beginning with pursuit of oneself. In Jain thought, it is well said, Egam janai te sabba janai. If you know yourself, you'll know everybody. You'll know everything. On the other hand, I also have a thought, and maybe it may sound blasphemous, but that's not the idea. And can I appeal to my fraternity to think of the reason why a Maulvi and a Pandit, a monk and a crook, are all using devices created by modern science. A mobile phone, an air conditioner, a car, and so on. Without either knowing the name of the inventor or caring for him at all. Imagine how disgusting it would be if students had to first go to temples of Pascal, Newton, and Einstein, etc., before reading about their work, and we had to chant the name of the inventor before using of their products or principles. First to get heart attack would be the great scientist himself or herself. It occurs to me often as to why would Lord Mahavir not be upset, if it were possible, at seeing that those who shout his name all day long may not always know. Yes, I'll finish very soon. Actually, without knowing actually what he said, and much worse, use it correctly in their life. Let's remember that he suffered penance for long years and lifetimes to publish knowledge so that people could benefit immensely from it. I am maybe using a little harsh language, but it comes from this feeling that such valuable is his knowledge that where have we missed in understanding it as well as the scientist of the West or of the East has understood and expressed his own understanding. If we understood and dedicated ourselves to the teaching of Lord Mahavir, wouldn't all be giants in the world? I think somewhere we are lacking in our own expression and understanding. And I think in a conference like this, it is as much an occasion for humility of the scientist of the West in a metaphorical way as the scientist of the East or the spiritualist. And lastly, I must clarify that I am not talking about popularity. I'm not talking about having as many jains as mobile users. We must remember what Lord Kunda Acharya said. And he said that interest in perfect knowledge will always be limited. People who will want to pursue that knowledge will always be limited. So it's not about popularity. It is really the emotion that has motivated our Reverend Parampujya Mahendra Muniji. And that motive is, how do we benefit large numbers of people? I think if my thoughts reverberate with you in any manner, I think it is only this, that how do we make mankind benefit from this immense wisdom that we are legatees to. Thank you very much for your patience.
The degree award by Jain Vishwabharati University to Honorable Justice Dalveer Bhandari ji. I will read before you the citation. Jain Vishwabharati Institute, deemed university, Ladnoon, Rajasthan, is pleased to confer the degree to Honorable Justice Dalveer Bhandari in recognition of his commitments and contributions, judicial and legal, reformed Judge of Supreme Court of India, member of International Court of Justice, and his record of public service this day under the seal of University of Ladnoon, Rajasthan in the Republic of India, the 4th of December 2015.